All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Broken Shifter podcast featuring myself, Hurdon.
I'm Carbon.
Amp.
Caboose.
And we had an eventful race at Las Vegas. Good way to kick it off. Caboose, want to run down the stage winners for us?
Jesus Christ.
Fuck, who were the stage winners?
Prepped as always.
Good prep.
Hey, you know what? We've been at it.
Who's
the
our
mix
favorite
for a little
stage
while
winner?
here, but
Who's one of our favorite
Yeah.
stage winners on Radioactive?
Yeah. Who's the favorite
get
one?
her for Menard.
What the fuck?
It's an our NASCAR thing, NASCAR Reddit thing.
Bruce, I was not leaning into my mic, so you're probably
All
going
right,
to have to
get to the stage winners.
adjust my volume.
Your
Stage
favorite
winner, MTJ. God, I'm out of practice on that.
The next two are
I mean-
the race winner, just so you know.
Keselowski and Keselowski.
Hey, you got
There
it.
wasn't much authority behind that. Okay. Carbon wrote attendance on this list that we're going to discuss, and I think that was important because it was not good.
I did not
No,
write
not at
attendance
all.
on this list.
I didn't even attend the race.
I don't know who
Who
did.
the fuck wrote attendance on this list?
You know what? I think the attendance thing might have been left over from Indy, which was a fun race, by the way.
Possibly.
All right.
I hadn't fully
So,
edited this thing before Hurdon started working on it. So
Yeah.
list.
the
wasn't done with it.
well, I thought somebody put it on there for a reason, but
Nope.
yeah. Well, we'll just fly right on by that because it wasn't great. So it's just 3 in a row for Brad. That's an accomplishment for a driver to get 3 in a row.
The only other two drivers that have gotten 3 in a row are
Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch and Havoc.
Yep.
Recently, too. in the last
He
couple
was
years.
this season.
Penske's coming into the playoffs hot. Penske's
Oh,
hot
yeah.
right now.
Now the question
and
is
I-
did they
I'm
show their
glad.
cards too early? That's the
Yeah.
question.
Brad's turned into Harvick. He's lurking. So then we had Larson with a flat tire in stage 1. I mean, and it was flat. He recovered.
And Bowman.
He right, and it seemed to be anybody that ran the high line was having tire issues. Thoughts?
Yeah, and later on when everything became a small clusterfuck, guys that are supposed to clean up the track didn't do a very good job and kind of killed Denny Hamlin, which we'll talk about later.
And the infield.
Yeah. We
Twice.
should get rid of the grass. Well, maybe you should do a better job cleaning the fucking track.
So
Or better yet, lift the cars off the damn ground.
All right, so that was just a flat tire for Larson. He came back, so no big deal. Harvick blew a tire, crushed the wall, and Eric Jones runs into him, and immediately 2 chase contenders are now in the warning zone.
That and
More
Eric Jones,
Jones than
was
Harvick.
the pole for Vegas too. So
Yeah.
it was a huge loss on that race in terms of who could possibly win. Big takeout.
Yeah, and at this point we're like, oh man, Harvick and Jones are completely screwed, but that kind of changed throughout the course of the race. I mean, the tires seem to be a little bit of an issue. Grip up high seemed to be an issue for some people. Then we had
Tires were just burning
McMurray.
up too damn quick.
Yeah, they were. Didn't you say they were running out of tires?
Yep. They used up their last set with like 50 to go at the end of the race, which is a full fuel run, but
Right.
usually by that point they have 1 or 2 tires.
think it was around 35 to go.
Usually.
That was
So,
further in than
I
that.
was sworn it was like 50.
They had that red
McMurray
flag
got
come out of
into the
35
wall.
to go. So
Yeah.
I think that's
So
when they
McMurray
went.
gets into the wall, right? And
No.
I think it was his right rear. Was it McMurray's right rear that hit the wall? It was hard to tell from the angle, but anyways, then he winds up spinning out. Probably a tire issue, and Chase has nowhere to go, just like Eric Jones didn't. and runs right into him. And there you go. I think McMurray's in the chase, isn't he? Or did he just miss it?
He just missed it.
Okay. But another
and this is his last season.
playoff
the
contender.
one.
Yep, there you go.
And we'll talk about the
You
all
mean
the drivers
silly
that are going
season?
up for freelance work next year.
Yeah, and then on top of all this, Chase also partially like kind of dislocated his arm, and then it popped out, popped back in really quickly, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
it wasn't a full dislocation. But
I think it was the shoulder, wasn't it?
so we'll see how that pans out this week at Richmond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really lucky that we're not going to Charlotte this week.
Yeah. Agreed. Granted, you still got to do a lot of turning at Richmond because it's fast and it's short. But
Yeah,
then we
but
had
at an oval, you can put most of the force in the one arm and you'll be fine.
yeah, that's true. That's a fair point. And then we had Kyle Busch spin out and go through the grass at an intermediate at a high rate of speed and virtually did nothing to his car. And I'm just like, normally that tears a splitter off a car. I don't know how he saved it.
I think
don't
he got
like
lucky
Kyle
with the
Busch,
hop.
but I'm
Unlucky
impressed.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, he got lucky with the hop. It kind of hopped properly to where it didn't tear into it. Where Denny Hamlin, who also did the exact same thing shortly after, his car
Yep.
got torn up. He was done. After
Denny Hamlin's hopped at the wrong time
that. Yep.
because he buried the
It-
nose of that car.
Denny Hamlin just had a bad day all around. He's had a bad season, but
He was
He
was not
sounded
fast.
pissed on Radioactive.
yeah.
he didn't have a good car.
Nope.
I mean, it's not one of his best tracks, but JGR's been fast all year. I mean, and
That
MTJ
Jones
with
boy's
the
been doing good.
yeah, well
MTJ's
MTJ
been
with
good.
being he's affiliated, so yeah, Denny's. I mean, he's been up in the top 10 a bit, but not a whole lot. Denny just absolutely destroyed the front end of that car, but he spun out in the exact same spot Kyle Busch did, and it was up against the wall in turn 4.
He gave his car a severe overbite.
Jesus.
That's what he did.
He tore that up. So now you've got more chase drivers with implications going forward. I think Denny is on the outside looking in now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in last.
Yep.
He's last. Okay, good. I
Good.
used to like Denny when he first started.
Well, unfortunately,
kinda
Chase
turned
is up
into
there
an
as well.
a-hole.
And so
Yeah, well, Chase is only a couple of points away, and Denny's got a little more work to make up. So, not surprisingly, we saw Ricky Stenhouse in another wreck, and it was hard to tell if Allmendinger took the air off of him, then hit him, or hit him and then hit him again. But Stenhouse's car got tore the hell up. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get a whole lot out of my my comrades here on this one. They're probably just like, yep, sounds about right.
I
I don't
didn't
even
see
remember
it.
the wreck, to be honest.
Oh, Stenhouse got tore
I
up.
saw 5 laps. I saw the part that never ended, but that was about it.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, there you go. Then
They
we
had to go to an
Got
Indy
so
race.
bad.
Yeah,
They cut to
it's the last.
yeah.
what,
They cut to
it-
Indy race
yeah.
under red flag. That's how fucking bad it got.
It lasted forever.
it was like Indy
we
last
had
year.
David Reagan, and Michael McDowell. McDowell came up on Reagan and just turned him. I don't know what happened there. They're supposed to be teammates,
Something broke or
and
something.
Kurt was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and there you go, another chase driver destroyed. So, I mean, and Kurt was not happy about that. Brad pulled away on the final restart and won the race. I mean, he was checked out. Got that clean air for that 2 car. He's one to be watching. He's
Oh yeah.
hitting on all cylinders at the right time. It reminds me a lot of what Tony Stewart did quite a few years back when he just didn't win all year and then all of a sudden went on a tear.
Back in
They have the
2011.
end of the race figured out. They're staying out of the wrecks for the first couple stages. By stage 3, they are just fucking moving. No
Chase
problem.
Elliott
in the
needs to
car the
find a
whole
way to
time.
stay out of those wrecks.
Perfect pitting. What was it Truex said? He about Keselowski, how all the little things are just working for Brad right now.
And don't forget the
That's
golden
what's,
horseshoe.
getting him these wins. It's all the little things.
Yeah.
Yep.
The golden horseshoe is shoved up in there deep. It's going to be hard to pry.
Which I
it
find
out.
hilarious because the commentators are like, "You don't want to wake up the sleeping giant. That's Jimmy Johnson." Oh, Jimmy Johnson just wrecked out.
I don't think Johnson did Johnson wreck out. Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did. I remember that.
What happened to Johnson?
Him and Bowman made a sandwich out of.
Oh, yeah.
someone.
Bush.
Yeah,
Kurt
I
Busch.
recall that.
Kurt Busch. That was the first
Was it Kurt?
hit that he had, and then it was Reagan and McDowell that kind of finished Kurt Busch
Yeah,
off.
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which is funny 'cause, I remember-
fighting back.
I remember what did they call it? What is the name of the FRR? No, not front row, but the other one. The one that runs like
Furniture row.
the 38. Runs McDowell and Reagan.
That's front.
Yeah,
row.
that's front row.
Okay, front row. Yeah, so I'm thinking of front row.
FFR.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they tweeted, I guess, like early in the race because they were both in like the top 20. That was the first time, and then all of a sudden the tweet
Yeah.
came out with like a sad face or something like that. It's like, oh,
It's a bad juju.
yep.
It was sad facing like, well, damn, or something like that.
Right. So
Very sad.
Brad pulled away, won the race. I mean, in the clean air, he was great, and he was getting the restarts. There was a lot of passing on the restarts, and that made all the difference. And that clean air just, Brad had the car to beat, and I guess experience just played to his favor. So.
It's not always the fastest
Carbon-
car that wins.
Mm-hmm. Definitely not. Carbon, I'm going to let you run down who all is in trouble in the chase as of now. We all know Brad's safe to the next round.
So currently, the bottom four are Johnson, Chase, Eric Jones, and Hamlin. They're all within a couple points of the line. It's like I think 9 for Chase. I wanna
Jimmy
say 12 or
is
something like that for
6
Hamlin.
points
So they're all
beneath
within
the cut.
reach.
Chase is 9, Eric is 19, and Denny is 20.
Okay.
Under the cut.
Oh, are they actually that far now?
20's a lot.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot.
Denny's going to have to win.
So
his lane.
Denny and Eric Jones are gonna have to do some crazy shit to be able to get themselves back in again. Chase and Johnson have a chance, and then Bowman, Boyer, and Dillon are above the line. Amp, you want to read those points out? Get those pulled up.
For who? So Bowman is 6 to the good.
The
Bowman
bottom
is 6 to
3
the
above
good.
the line.
Clint is 7 to the good, and Dylan is 9 to the good.
Okay, so they're gonna need
Alright.
some good runs the next couple races to not get passed by Chase specifically, because Chase usually does well.
Not
Eric
much room for
Jones,
error.
Yeah.
if they get some cars this weekend.
And Johnson
then-
was having a good run at Vegas.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah,
got the
from what
Roval
The
coming up.
announcers
so-
are saying is he had the second fastest car.
Yeah.
But quick question
So,
for you guys
yeah,
to add before we do the
What's
picks.
up?
Quick answer.
Do you guys like? I don't know because I've only watched the last couple of years, but has this been more wrecks than you can ever remember in the past this season? Because
So-
it feels like it's been an insane amount of wrecks,
There's been a
especially
lot more
with these
The
last
last
like
few-
3 or 4 races.
More
There's been
than
a
In the
lot
last
more
few
weather
years, you've seen a
implications the past
huge
couple years.
pickup because a lot of more
Yeah.
of it has to do with the aerodynamics. So even if there isn't contact, there's still air coming off the car, which is sending them into the wall or into other cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's not just that. It's also the fact
too.
that these stages and stuff like that and getting those bonus points, that makes a huge difference. Stages have made drivers not just lay back. Especially at plate tracks and stuff like that where they knew they had a fast car, they just lay back to stay out of
Well, hell,
danger
look at
and then charge
Daytona the
front
first
right
year
at the
they
end.
had it. They were racing for fucking stage 1, damn near wrecking each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
And that's a
yes,
good
it
thing.
is.
Scratch
they need
that, they
to.
did wreck each other.
there's been some brutal races this year, and there was a couple last year too. But there's some mellow ones out there, and Vegas wasn't one I was expecting to be this intense. But I guess that's what happens when it's that hot and the cars are that loose, and people fighting for that playoff spot. So
I know weather always plays a factor, but I feel like this year in particular has been extraordinarily nuts in weather, between
Snow
shortening practices to making the racing very interesting.
Yeah,
fucking snow in the summer or damn
the
near
last
the
time I
summer.
recall, the last
And
time
now
I
it's
recall snow was Bristol.
Martinsville.
It was yeah. Yeah, so let's get on to our picks for Richmond, and the rules that we're going to use is your main pick is going to be in the chase, currently in the chase, and your dark horse cannot be in the chase.
Shoot, you're throwing a curveball at me then.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
that's right,
that's
you
what
weren't here for
everybody
the
agreed on
conversation.
while you were busy,
Oh,
because I was
okay.
just saying wins or winless. So, anyways, Carbon, take it away.
No pressure.
Okay. Well,
Asshole move.
No pressure, no pressure.
obviously part of me wants to pick Cowboys because, it's Richmond. But Brad's on a roll right now, and I think he's going to continue this streak at least into this week. So I'm going to pick Brad as my main. As for my dark horse, I guess I'm just going to take a shot in the dark, and let's go with Suarez.
I think he did good at Richmond
I think Amp just said fuck
when we were
under
last
his
there.
breath.
I think.
He did.
Caboose.
My main pick is going to be Jolo. So, I was thinking Kyle Busch, but keep it interesting. And my non-playoff driver would be Paul Menard.
Wow, Caboose.
What?
Ah,
You two are exactly the same, aren't you?
yep. Yep.
You know, the funny thing is, during the race, her and I were both looking at fantasy, and our lineups were damn near identical, so we ended up with exactly the same fucking points at the
Yep.
end of the fantasy league for
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah. No. Well, now you know Hurdon's picks. Be Joey Logano and then Paul Menard as well. Now Amp,
Getting
you can
hard
take it
for
away.
Menard.
No,
Jesus Christ.
he's in that Penske equipment though.
Yeah, no, I was waiting for y'all to stop
Earth to
fucking
Amp.
talking about being hard for Menard. Fuck. So I'm gonna go with Happy Havoc. Good old
Menard,
Happy
Menard,
Havoc.
Menard, Menard, Menard.
Get him in the continuing on with the Fords.
He's great at Richmond
And
He's
I am
been
going to go
great there.
with
for years.
good old Swervez. I ain't fucking changing.
Okay.
So we got 2 for Swervez and 2 for Menard. Watch,
Yeah.
Spinhouse is going to fucking win it.
Well, let's be fair. There's not
Nah,
many
no.
out of the playoffs who are really that good. So right now it's kind of locked into
Yeah.
maybe a few, like a small handful that
Apparently,
are.
D.
Have a really good chance
Burrito
of
got a
winning
top
their dark
16
horses.
in the spring race. That
Well, Menard has been
Yeah.
quietly sneaking around in the top 15 all year. That's why I'm like,
he's
yeah.
got that Penske hookup.
Nice. But and Joey's won at Richmond, and Penske's hot right now. Penske's the team to beat for once.
Mm-hmm.
So
Where the hell
I
did
had to go
Menard
Joey.
finish at Vegas?
I don't know.
Because I don't remember him getting into wrecks. That much I know.
I don't think he ever got into a wreck. I think he. Well, maybe he did. I feel like.
Yeah, he came out clean.
I don't know. We'll move on
Oh,
for a
well.
minute and I'll go check.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get back to that.
Never
So
mind, damn
we're
sorry.
gonna give you our final 4, our championship 4 for the race at Homestead. Carbon, have at it.
Man, I hate being boring, but I'm going to. Big 3. There's no way they're missing out. Not happening. It's got to be something absolutely crazy because right now they're locked in for this. Pretty much, they're already basically they're not gonna have to worry much, even with these next two races. But so yeah, I gotta go with Kyle Busch, Harvick, Truex, and then my sneaky little guy who's already proven himself big time here is Brad. He's just way too dominant right now, way too fast. He's already gaining those playoff points really fast. So those are my four. With my championship, if I had to choose out of the four, I'm thinking Harvick's going to take it this year.
Okay.
Caboose, before you go, Paul Menard finished top 10 in 10th. And Reagan Smith sneaked into 12th
There you go.
with that 95.
Oh, there you go.
All right. So,
Oh yeah, by the way, they gave drivers fucking warm water when inside the car is 170 degrees
Dill holes.
when they were under red flag conditions. Are you fucking kidding me?
It might not want to shock their body. That's probably why they did it.
Yeah.
You
still
take a
need to fucking
swallow
cool
of
down,
some
though.
ice cold water at 170
Well,
degrees.
hell, some
inside
of
the
them
car,
will
you'd
just
be
pour
like,
it down their damn.
and just
Some of them will just pour it
take
down
your
their
hands
damn
off the
fire
wheel.
suits, probably. That much heat.
Oh yeah,
That's
I'm
what
sure.
majority of them were going to do. But
Yeah.
kind of can't do that when, when the water's fucking warm.
What's that?
All right, Caboose,
Anyway.
picks.
Anyway, I'm going to say Kyle Busch, Kevin Havoc. I feel like MTJ is going to get fucked somewhere, so I don't think he's going to make it to the top four. I'm going to go... Fuck, who did I pick? Boyer. There we go. Add Boyer. I think he's going to sneak his way in there. Because he's been good. And he had a good car at Vegas as well until he got into an incident. And the final pick, I'm going to say Chase. So, Havoc, Kyle
Sneaky.
Busch, Boyer, Chase.
I think Chase is going to sneak his way in, even though right now he's on the cutoff line.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible.
He's going to
he
need a
won the last
really
one,
good
right?
next two races to do that. Probably going to need to win. Which, I mean, we got a road course
I think
coming
he
up.
finished second at Richmond earlier this year.
He
Yeah.
proved to
I was
be
also gonna
fast
say,
at the
9
Glen.
points is
So.
not that much of a difference.
Yeah, he proved to be fast at the Glen, though.
Second
So
place.
maybe he can get something out of the Roval.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm hoping.
we'll find out. It's gonna be everybody's first try at it, so
It's
I mean,
a shit
Yep.
show.
It's going to be a shit fest.
It is.
It's going to be luck. 100% luck down to who wins. It's not going to be
yeah.
the car. It's not going to be the fastest car that wins. I'm calling now.
Oh, yeah. My all-time winner for
Champion?
the season, the person walking away with the championship.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That's the words I'm looking for. My brain is still fried from many things. I'm going to go with Havoc.
Stole my pick.
So, apparently me and Justin are on the same
I want
fucking
Bulgaria to get it,
wavelengths
though.
for everything. So, my picks are MTJ, Havoc, Kyle Busch, and Bucktooth Brad.
Oh.
Havoc.
Who's your champion?
Getting a little insulting there, aren't you?
Yep.
All right, so we're 3 for Harvick.
All right.
This is getting
Gonna
dangerous now.
love when it's the exact same lineup.
All right.
The only thing is that he
I'm
needs
not
to learn.
picking Harvick for the champion, so
The only thing Harvick
this is
needs to
gonna look
learn
real
is not
bad
to be
on
a
me.
stubborn bastard. He had a damn
All
good
right.
car last year, but he was stuck to the bottom. He's like, it's
I think-
it's gonna go.
I think Truex is gonna miss it at some point. I think Talladega could be his undoing. So,
It was last time.
or Talladega's
2
in
years
stage
ago?
3 still, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Next week.
Well, stage 2.
Okay.
There's only 3
Anyways,
stages of the
Uh,
playoffs, but
Round
Sunday,
16,
October
round 12,
14th
round
is
Before the
16,
Talladega.
round
I mean.
4.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, excuse me on that one. I brain fart. So I think something's going to happen to Truex. And so I'm going to leave him out of my Final Four. I'm going to put Kyle Busch in there. Even though he's been a little erratic, I think he threw some wins in. And I'm going to take Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, and Joey Logano.
Who was your first one, you said? Kyle Busch?
Kyle Busch.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have Jolo. Interesting.
And yeah, I think he can make it through. He's seemed to be able to keep his car clean the past couple of races. Penske's got a lot of speed. I mean, he's a legitimate contender in my
Yeah.
eyes.
I don't think he's a championship winner, possibly, like even a chance. I don't even know if he's going to win
No.
a race this season. Maybe the Roval.
Right.
Maybe Richmond.
I
That's
would-
really
I would
about
say
the only
he's got a
two
good
that I could
shot
say
at
maybe.
Talladega. He can drive plate tracks.
Yeah, I prefer Talladega. He's really good there.
Yeah, and my champion is going to be
Really
not
smart there.
Kevin Harvick. My champion is going to be Brad Keselowski.
I will not complain.
So everyone's going with the Ford.
By the way, if a Ford comes away with the championship, the last two Fords to have a championship was Kurt Busch and Matt Kenseth. And that was back in, what,
think it was
2003, 2004 area?
Yep.
Was Kevin Harvick still in a Chevy?
I
when
think
he
it was
won?
the last year that they were.
Okay.
Yep.
A Ford has never won the Monster Energy Cup.
Well, it ain't been around that long, has it?
Just like how
To be fair, only
Bowman's the
Toyota has.
first rookie to make the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so I guess
Okay.
that'll wrap it up. Unless we
Wait.
have an exciting race, we'll be back in what?
Since, I was going to say, if we don't do a podcast next week, we're not going to pick winners or anything, but just for Charlotte Roval, just a quick number, throw me a number. How many cars do you think are going to be wrecked? Like, fully wrecked, damaged, out?
A third of the field.
Out.
Yeah.
Like actual out, I'm going to say a third of the field.
12.
Half of they're going to just have regular damage.
I'll go with the quarter.
12 fully out.
Hurdon's thinking of my
Quarter
range, I was going to say
fully out.
13. Okay.
So you're
Well,
thinking 9
Quarter?
to 10.
Is that?
All right, and it should
I'm
be
saying,
fun. But
yeah.
So
For
we're all
me,
thinking about the same range, somewhere
third of the
between
fi-
10 and 15 area. So, okay.
I'm a little bit more extreme than you guys, though. I'm saying about a third of the field going to be just decimated.
All
so
right,
around
I'm excited.
16.
2 good races
Yeah.
coming up.
Something new. So I guess
By the way,
that about
real
wraps
quick-
it up. Anybody else? All right, never mind again.
We are not listening when it is over.
$5. I have $5. Yeah.
Would you like a sticker?
Gosh.
I have $5 that Homestead is going to have weather implications.
It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me.
It's gonna
Rain
snow.
Anyways, anybody else want to chime in before we have to throw
It's gonna
another
snow in
caution?
Florida, guys.
I have $5 in my wallet.
Cut it out. Snow in Florida. The way this fucking season's been going, it wouldn't surprise
Why
me.
not? Okay, let's end this.
All right. You heard it first on the Broken Shifter podcast. There will be a blizzard in Florida for the last race.
And
of
Jeffrey
the
will win it.
Well, the Florida equivalent of a blizzard.
It doesn't
That we did
matter
not
if he
prefer.
wins. Yeah, what are his Vegas odds? 1 in a million. Anyways,
I mean, apparently, if you put $10 down on Brad Keselowski to win Vegas, you were going to get like a solid 20.
This is the
grand.
one that
30
never
minutes
ends.
in.
Anyway,
All
this
right.
is the Broken Shifter podcast. I'm Caboose.
I'm Hurdon.
Kill me.
I'm Carbon. I guess we're out of order here.